Yes, people, welcome to Never a Foul. If you haven't been here before, make sure you subscribe, because today we are joined by Tom Little, an actual Liverpool fan. You know, we ain't had one on in a while, since months. He's in Prague at the moment, so we don't have that representative because Roms decides he doesn't like us no more. You heard Roms. But Daps is going to be joining us. That's why you can see a free box. And Mo's here all the way from Texas, America. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about Tonali. He's going to get announced today, according to Fabrizio Romano. We're going to talk about Newcastle, who their next signing might be, because someone got nicked. It's been a hijack. It's been a robbery. Szoboszlai medical today in Liverpool currently right now, flew in about an hour ago on a private jet. And there's talks that Man United will be making their €50 million bid by the Gazzetta, by the way, in the next few hours. What are you saying, Tom?
I'm just buzzing that we've managed to actually get that deal over the line. Obviously, we saw that it was a couple of days ago now. Ornstein said that we were interested, but the price was a sticking point. And then yesterday it was, they're really interested, but again, the price is a sticking point. Yada, yada, yada.
How are you doing, Tom?
Oh, we're going to start. I'm all right, lad. I'm all right. I'm back from Mexico.
I want to know. You ain't been on the channel in a while. We want to know.
No.
The people here haven't seen your face in a while.
Tell us what you did over the past week or two. Tell us what you did. Forget football. Tell us what you did over the past week or two.
Yeah, man. We care about feelings and thoughts.
Well, I started a new job and then went to Mexico.
There you go. You went to Mexico.
Did you get some ladies in Mexico, or you already have a lady?
I was out there with my lady. I was very much locked up.
Nice. Then so it goes to show Tom doesn't have a fella, people. He has a lady. There you go.
Who thought he would have a fella?
Well, we all thought that, we didn't want to, be disrespectful. Like, we all thought Tom, we all thought like he liked boys, which is fine.
I don't swing that way.
Okay. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
Just establish that. Okay.
We just all assume, Tom, that you like boys. You have a thing for Curtis Jones.
Local boy, similar age. Well, you talk a lot about him. He talks a lot about you. And we just thought. And you know how it is.
All right, this is going to be my favorite intro of the week. I can't lie. I'm sorry, Tom. You're shy. It's all right. Tom, I never knew. Tom, you're going red, mate. You're going red, Tom.
It's okay. It's all right.
We're not talking about the sunburn from Mexico either. Nah, I'm joking, man. This went very left. It's very
left. Yeah. Big up the people that are in the chat, guys. Daps is here with us. Make sure we have 250 people right off the bat here, and just get us to 100 likes at least, guys. The like looks like this. Just close your live chat and just hit that like and come back chat with us. Daps, how are you feeling? Sunny, next to you?
To be frank, it's a bit overcast, but you know me. I'm English. Any chance to wear sunglasses and it's all right outside. I'm sorry I'm late. I had to drop my daughter to a picnic and and get some and tell her that she's going to get bit by a snake.
What? Wait, why?
Why would you do that?
I don't know, just for vibes.
Just for vibes.
She's with her mum, so
this show's gone left already. Welcome to Saturday.
And I don't know if anyone's had any of these, right? And other vodka is available. An AU vodka.
Popsicle.
No, but it's an AU vodka popsicle. Blue raspberry flavour. Someone just gave me it, so I'll see what it's saying.
Wow.
Do you just accept anything random people give you?
Doesn't matter.
Well, did you not hear me a minute ago? I said
it's all right. It's all right.
Well, I just said before, I'm white and I'm English. Yes, I take anything I'm given.
Yeah. So
to be fair, it's off someone I trust.
Yeah. That's watch how you eat that. Yeah.
Why? Anyone that thinks, you know what, you actually need to take the lid off. I'm trying to get it out and I haven't taken the lid off.
Hey, massive pause. But yeah, man, let's get into it, man.
Well, listen, if anyone's watching me eat an ice lolly and get weird ideas, that pause is on them, and they need to be the one saying pause, not me.
I look, it's already going off. Pranay is already saying it, man.
Well, listen, they've got filthy, nasty mind.
Well, that's the one that the guy who says pause more than everybody.
Yeah, but that's when I do something wrong myself. I say it. So me eating a lolly, people getting.
When you say something, if you say when Mo said, what did Mo say the other day?
Fair enough. You're right on that. Yeah, you are right.
Look, he's eating it differently now.
He's like from the side. He's like, I'm not putting this thing in my mouth. He's like, I'm not doing that.
Now you need. He's
like, I'm not. He's like,
you need to say no. You need to say no. You need to say pause now about how you eat it from the side.
I stopped saying posting. I'm an adult. I'm 38 years old. I'm old enough now to say whatever I want.
What are you trying to say about Daps? He's old. I wouldn't have it.
I never said his age. It's up to him. It's up to him.
You said I'm old. That means Daps is old. Daps is quite young, no?
Daps is like 33.
I wouldn't have it, Daps.
33?
Why are we discussing my age? Age ain't
no, it's not me, bro. I thought
unless it's a
my
girl.
age.
Don't go near young girls, people. That's the one.
Hey, all I'm gonna say, great intro. But let's talk about football.
This went left before I jumped on it. To be fair.
Why not? Yeah, it's my fault. I don't mind. Exactly. As people know, Twitter's
Kaz said me and Curtis Jones were in a relationship. He thought that was what was going on because I like it.
I thought we all thought that Tom like boys. He just announced to the world that he has a girlfriend that's from Mexico.
You got a bird from Mexico?
No, I was on holiday in Mexico with me.
That's what I'm saying.
How did you think? Oh, mate.
Hold on. Does your bird know that while you're on holiday with her in Mexico, while she was in the lovely 5-star all-inclusive, making the most of the free cocktails that you'd actually paid for up front, you were off seeing a new bird?
She might be watching the stream.
I don't know. I'm just creating.
I don't have a game like that.
Does your girl watch the streams?
No, thankfully she doesn't.
Has she seen you rap?
This is a safe space for you.
Unfortunately, she has seen that one. She has seen the fucking rap.
Let's talk football. Let's start with Liverpool before we move on to that Newcastle, Manchester United, and any other news that might pop up in between.
So as I got in here, so real quick, as I got in here, I heard you giving the intro, and I heard. Am I right? I heard the name Mbappe.
No.
Good, because I've seen on Twitter this morning some mad rumours that Arsenal are trying to table a bid for Mbappe. Yeah. But then yesterday, I swear I saw that Arsenal also looking at Chouameni as well.
By the way, I know Goonali's probably watching this in the background or nothing like that, but he said he doesn't want to tell me nothing at the moment. He knows something else. I think he just said that he doesn't want me to clip him yet. But yeah,
maybe it is Mbappe to Arsenal.
Nah, I don't know. But I was going to say, anyways, let's start with Liverpool Football Club. Szoboszlai, you must be buzzing, Tom, man. This guy's over the line, and it was just before the 1st of July, but officially was dealt with before then. So you can go and get another midfielder or two.
Fingers crossed. I mean, I'm just happy that we've been there was loads of rumours about where we won't we with the release clause and everything. Obviously, that expired yesterday, but we paid it just before. I didn't expect the club to pay the release clause, to be honest. I thought they were going to try and wait for that to expire and then go into negotiations with Leipzig for like 2 weeks about payment structure and this, that, and the other. It's nice to see that we've identified the target and went, you know what, get him in. Just get him through the door because this is a real big pre-season coming up for us. We've got a lot of work that needs to be done if we want to keep playing this tactic, if we want to get these new midfielders set up. We need everyone in for pre-season, and getting McAllister in, getting Szoboszlai in. I still think we're a little bit short. I do. I think, me personally, I would love if we got 2 more midfielders and a centre-back.
What, so 4 midfielders in total?
Yes, because I would potentially... I've seen the money Saudi are flaunting. I've got a 31-year-old Spaniard who can't stay fit. If they want to go...
at last people are admitting that he can't stay
If they want to go take Thiago to Saudi Arabia and I can bring in Thuram and Lavia, I'm doing that.
Yeah.
I've got to think about long term as well. Like Thiago is immense, but I can't I can't reasonably justify 250 grand a week or whatever he's on for 25 games a season.
Do you know, there was a clip, right? So I've spoken on this before. Early days of Never a Foul, when you signed him, and it was you signed him just before, about 3 months before Van Dijk got injured, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you signed him, I just said, I don't think that's what Liverpool need. And everyone else in the room started going mad, going, oh my God, you don't rate Thiago. I said, I didn't say that. He's one of the players I wanted Pep to bring to City. I just don't think he's what Liverpool need. I said, their defence has gone through a period with no issues. But if they get an injury to one of their two centre-backs, they're going to be crippled. And you've got him. And look, the truth is on Thiago, and as a Liverpool fan, what has he done for you?
I mean, the thing is, when you watch Thiago play, he's far and away the best technical midfielder in terms of watching him, what he can do with the football. But it's just the most annoying thing because we've never used him right, and he's always injured. Whether the second part is because of the first part or not, we've never got to see the full version of Thiago. I look at it now and I go, Thiago is fantastic. But if a club is out there that's willing to pay 15 to 20 million for him, and that allows me to go get in Romeo Lavia, who solves an issue, and Thuram, who can play across all the midfield positions and can solve issues, I have to do that. I have to do that because it will eventually come down to what do I believe Liverpool can do next season. If I believe that we could win the title next season, and I believe that we were right back up to that level, I'd be keeping Thiago because I think he's a game changer. And I think his overall quality could win us certain games. But I don't believe we're going to be at that level next season. And his contract's up at the end of next season. And he's not getting a new one. No. And I'm sick of us just letting so many players go for free.
Question for you. If you had to put your faith in one of these two, keep one, sell one, Fabinho and Thiago Silva. Thiago, not Silva.
For next season?
For next season.
I'd have to go to Fabinho by sheer fact of the players that we have to replace him aren't as good. Like if Thiago goes, we've got McAllister there, we've got Szoboszlai there, we've got Curtis Jones there. Maybe. Bajcetic can play that role. If we get rid of Fabinho, Henderson goes to starter, and I don't want to do Henderson in the 6.
Also, Fabinho, I keep saying,
I really don't want to do it.
I keep saying Fabinho's had a very bad season, 100%. Like we all know that. But before that, we saw the levels he can be. His age, I still think there's a chance that he might come good again.
Oh yeah, if we get it, obviously we've got Szoboszlai, McAllister. They've got legs. They can run around. They should limit the amount of running that Fabinho has to do necessarily. So we might be able to see that. But for me, I look at what we've got to do for the rest of this window. Romeo Lavia being available intrigues me so much because I thought he was brilliant last season. Obviously, he was at your academy for a couple of years, Daps. He was fantastic there. I just think he ticks a lot of boxes for us. And if we're able to keep Fabinho around to mentor him, I'd be all for that. And even Thuram. Like I've said, I want to.
I'm so glad you mentioned.
And do you know Lavia also, by the way, backs himself. Lavia backs himself. He's not. He believes that he believes he's that level as well. So he is one of those players. I think Lavia to Liverpool is a very, very, very interesting one for me. I personally, for Lavia, I would like Lavia to Brighton or something like that. I think that would be the right stepping stone. Not too much pressure. Do you not worry that maybe the one thing that you might be doing is bringing in a lot of youth? And
yes
a lot of reliance
no.
on youth to bring you back to that level.
Yes and no, because our midfield needs that youth injection because it's all old. If you're about experience, then there's a bigger argument there because there isn't really a lot of experience in that midfield. If you get Lavia, Thuram, I mean, Szoboszlai is the Hungarian captain. He's won a cup with Leipzig. That's not really the same level as what we had. And obviously,
but Hendo's still there, right?
But you still got Henderson, Fabinho, and you still got the defense and the attack that have the experience there. I'm willing to take that gamble on the midfield because it's been crying out for it. We have to take a risk on the midfield because we are in a position where it has to be overhauled. We kept pushing it back, kept pushing it back. It's now DEFCON 5. It's backs against the wall. Major stuff has to change. And I think we're going for it with this. If we get it, 4-man.
You upset you've upset some Newcastle fans because you took this deal and they were targeting him, and I think they were waiting for this Tonali deal to be announced. Then they were going to go grab him. So you've taken them under their noses. Now they are actually targeting Thuram, allegedly by the rumors of stuff. So they're going for one of your targets. You upset a Newcastle fan in particular, who I find that was very sorry for this comment. Kendall, she said last night after Fabrizio said it was a here we go. Their fans were all whinging on here about FSG and being broke little babies. They're as bad for whinging as Manchester United fans.
Thanks, Kendall. Thanks, Kendall. Yeah. You're one of the ones who watch my rap live as well. That hurts deep down. No, I mean, with FSG, my issues with FSG are probably separate from a number of others. I think she has a point, but my issues with FSG have always been a severe lack of trust because they just lie to our face. They try and do over the fans all the time with ticket prices. We're trying to trademark Liverpool, the Super League project. Look, there's loads of them. You could do a full 10-minute video on it and everything. But that's why I'm FSG out. The investment side of things, it's very trivial in the sense that even when we were winning, like the year we won the title, we spent nothing. So that's an argument people go with. At the end of the day, we have to catch up. We have waited too long. We have to spend the money now. There were reasonable complaints for a couple of years. I mean, we've kept selling this midfield short, but now I get the feeling that this window is the big change, a real big change. And I get why they're annoyed about Szoboszlai. I get it because they've missed out on Maddison as well. So who are they stuck with now? Joe Willock, Joe Linton. Yeah. I'd be annoyed.
Is this a new? Are you serious? You think Joe Willock is a bad player
compared to Maddison or Szoboszlai?
No. Like compared to Curtis Jones.
No, but that's not the comparison. He's comparing
that
to Maddison.
That wasn't the comparison I was making.
To Maddison
they missed out on Maddison and Szoboszlai, so I don't know who else they're going to go for. Although there was I don't know if you saw there was a Newcastle fan who tweeted this morning before Twitter went down. The most funniest bit of copium I've ever seen. He's apparently got an inside source that revealed that we only went after Szoboszlai because Newcastle took our top target, Tonali, even though we've never been linked with Tonali.
What I find it astonishing, actually, that at this point, Liverpool fan is just triggered and talking about Newcastle as rivals to you. It's ridiculous. I see it ridiculous.
They finished above us. They finished above us. They are rivals. They've taken Chelsea's place. I don't like
you're like talking about tweets from Newcastle. This is Newcastle Football Club.
They're a Champions League side. We're a Europa League side.
Okay, so okay.
I'm just buying. We were told.
Just a bit of inside information, Mo. Sorry, I watched Hassan's show last night after our show.
Yeah.
So it was a great insight into what pisses Mo off. Great insight. I sat there thinking, oh, really, Mo? Really, Mo? Okay. Note it down, everything you're talking about.
What do you mean? I said the exact same things I said here.
Yeah, I think basically what happened
exactly same
Oh, no, it was your therapy. You were venting about us, ultimately.
Never.
Arab friends.
No, listen, I didn't say bitching about us. I said
no, I never. Like I was saying that you guys didn't let me like get my ideas out.
You were going on about how you hate fans that are trying to downplay pressure. But now you're trying to put the pressure back on Liverpool.
But I said that to Staffy. Do you remember? I said that to Staffy. Staffy's like, he tried to do the same. The Man United thing. Like, no pressure on us. No pressure on us. Well, I applaud Liverpool people, right? Because at least Liverpool people, after they got these two signings, they said, we're one signing away from going back to challenging. We want to win again. But Man United fans are like,
no, but there's a difference.
I get what there is a difference. Yesterday. But the chest, Daps, do you remember title charge last year? Man United, when they were close to the top.
What, one game at a time vibes?
Yeah.
Take every game as it comes.
Yeah, are we in a title race? Man United fans within themselves, they started talking about title charge.
Certain content creators were literally hold on, certain content creators that were very eager to be on shows around January time, very eager when City weren't looking too good, so eager to be on shows with me, yeah. And then the minute they hold seven,
not me who said it.
No, I mean I'll tell it. It's culture cams, right? And then the minute Man United hold 7, all of a sudden they don't want to do Big 6 Extra no more. Mad.
Not
one game at a time, right?
And just to get cast was on never a foul the day of the 7. and the day after, the next morning.
Wow, this is like the before and after Christ, the day of.
Do you remember? Do you remember the day of the 7th and the morning after? He did a show.
I like how it's like some the day of the 7th.
No, but seriously,
spam the chat with 7.
People
Go on.
They didn't want to be on streams. Man United fans, they didn't want to show their faces.
No.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Anyway,
that comforts me very much.
I was just saying, you don't back down.
I don't back down. And guess what? No one wants to laugh here in my face and talk. The Arsenal, Man United fans, this and laughing about title charge, but yet you're screaming it for us for next year because we're gonna get.
I actually said last year around January that mathematically and based on your form, you were on a title charge. Now, and I still hold the same energy.
Bro,
what is
the battery didn't hold the charge.
Hold on. What is a title? What is a title? So my point is, I say a real title charge is when you go to the last 3-4 games, still having a chance to win the title.
No, so Arsenal weren't in it then almost.
No, Arsenal.
I swear. Let me tell you that I said last year Arsenal were in a title challenge for 2/3 of the season, only until game week 30. Because after game week 30, everybody said no, they already lost it. It's done. That means you're not a title contender. You were somewhere around the top for that many days until someone caught up to you and won the title. It's for me because I've seen Chelsea and Man United go to the last day. I've seen Man United and Man City go to the last day. Liverpool and Man City go to the last day. It doesn't have to be the last day, but at least the last 3 games to call yourself a real title contender. But you don't go out in the final 10 games where the season's only 38 games and tell me, yeah, I was a title contender. So where do we draw the line? Where? Tell me, is it game week 25 or 20 or 18 or 30? That's my point.
Arsenal
like these last meters, 100%. Because everybody starts the race at the same place, right? We all start the race here, right? So what is the line?
You lot don't. Inter don't, to be fair.
We don't. No, we do in the league.
You know what's magic? Really.
But you see I really want you to get like this point because it really says everything about how your mentality are. When you say, yeah, we were in a title race for 15 games or for 20 games. Where is the line? Where is the line? Where do we draw the line? Where is the line where we say at this point?
Title race. I do in the title race, but it wasn't a very good one. They clearly showed the night they were in one because they were
top of the league for 30 games.
Yeah, but it wasn't a very good one.
Now, do you know what?
Tom, it was great. They were absolutely immense for 29 games in the Premier League last year. 50 points, or I think after 19 games, that's
50.
Course.
Yeah, 50 after.
That's on course to get 100 points. Yeah. That's fantastic, right?
But do you know what? We have to. Do you know what? Let's be real. When Liverpool got Van Dijk injured, right? Liverpool were allowed to use the Van Dijk was injured. We have to be clear. All right, I know Saliba was not out for as long, but Saliba was out for such an important part of the season.
11 games.
And 11 important ass games.
Which is why I said that Saliba is the reason why they fell apart, because it was very obvious. They fell apart after game week. Like,
do you know the funny thing is, before he got injured, everyone was starting to well, not everyone, but a few people were starting to get on the Gabriel has been better than Saliba this season, actually, right? Then Saliba got injured. It was like, no, we're wrong. It just shows how important Saliba is. That of the two, Gabriel got better once Saliba was next to him. I think if you put someone else next to Saliba, they would also get better.
I believe that even Partey got worse because Saliba got injured. Saka got worse because Saliba got injured. It looked like everybody, because
I also think
their starting 11 was so good. Because their starting 11 was so good, I think it was a domino effect. When the cover was gone behind them, they got scared. People started to do something that they don't normally do. But let me do this. There is 550 of you guys here. Can we get at least to 250 likes? I can show you on the phone, but while that, we'll just do the super chat from Carl Woodland.
Well, you're not multitasking. You said you were going to do both.
Yeah, he says.
Well, Cass can do this, but while I try to do the super,
I disagree. Just back to the Liverpool stuff. Anyways, since it got sidetracked, I disagree. Keep Thiago, bring Lavia and Thuram. So that's another 2 midfielders. If you must sell him, Liverpool must get another 28 to 30-year-old mid. Young team don't win trophies. Oh, didn't I think they do.
I think Tom made some good points. I think,
and also it's not a young team; it's a young midfield.
Okay, so in the guys, here you go, live chat. You could just click out. You can't see it. It's right here. It's underneath the like button. It looks like a thumbs up. Just close the live chat and then come back to it. Just close it.
Please, people. Helps the channel massively. Helps the channel massively.
It's
Do you know
free.
what?
It doesn't cost you a penny.
And it helps push us to new people. So please, people, if you could do that. Tom, I was watching an interview. Hold tight, Big Steve. He did an interview with Clichy. And Clichy was talking about Vincent Kompany as a captain, right? And he was saying, Clichy said, Vinny was injured a lot. But the one thing with him that was very clear is even when he was injured, he was like, right, how can I still influence? Because I can't be on the pitch. How can I influence? I can be there. I can be around the players. I can watch every game. I can be in the changing room every game. Just because I'm not playing, I'm still going to be there. And do you know what? I think, and even start this season, I think Fernandinho not being about, maybe we felt that a little bit. I think the one thing with Liverpool, I think that's the type of person that Henderson would be. That Henderson is more than happy to be there in the dressing room still, and with the midfielders on the training pitch with them. And I think you're right. I do.
I think that's why losing Milner's a big loss. Even though people don't like him, losing James Milner has so much of a reputation around the club for his leadership and how good he is at integrating people and everything. Losing him will be a big loss. And Henderson, the thing that worries me about Henderson is it's
something nice.
Great passing range.
No, he runs well. He leads well. There's very little.
Leads sensationally.
The thing is with Henderson in recent years, and I love asking certain Liverpool fans this who blindly defend him, because I don't knock anything he's done in the past, but I asked them in the past 2 years, praise Jordan Henderson on his footballing ability.
Yeah.
What?
But you know what?
Whenever anyone praises Henderson now, it's all about stuff that Olympic athletes do, i.e. running.
No, I get what you're saying.
About his
but in the quad season, I'm sorry, his main attribute was covering that right side amazingly behind Trent, allowing Trent.
So running.
Absolutely. Jordan Henderson, for me, had two really good attributes. Is running after the ball and tackling and getting the ball back around that line. And first time crosses he used to do. When Mo Salah cuts back.
I hate the
They used to get you a lot of chances.
I'm not doing Jordan Henderson crossing. I'm not doing Jordan Henderson crossing.
That was something that you used to do. Jurgen Klopp is not an idiot, right?
Wait. Szoboszlai does exactly the same thing, though. From the left or the right.
Let's not downplay. Hold on. Let's not downplay.
Why are we knocking down Henderson like this?
Mo, I'm with you. Let's not downplay certain qualities, because I told Cass earlier, I was watching this interview with a little short of Alphonso Davies had done an interview, and he was saying how people think that you know, skills and being able to take a player on and things like that is what make a footballer. He said it's not. It's your first touch is massive, because your first touch can give you an extra 1, 2, 3 seconds. But also, it's more importantly, it's the reading of the game. It's how much you want it. It's your mentality. It is running. Like we can knock running. Running is one of the most. If you can stay fit for 90 minutes and running for 90 minutes, I think I feel for Henderson a bit at times, because I think not just for Liverpool but also for England, I've seen him having to run the channels. Now, that's something at his age and after the amount of seasons he's had running.
Especially last season.
I've seen him try to groom Bellingham as well, man. Taking Fernando.
He shouldn't. No managers should be telling Henderson to run the channels for me. That's not what he should be being asked to do, because that's going to make him look bad, because he is of a certain age. And I do feel for him a little bit. I think Henderson is a leader, like a lot of players when they get older. Even David Silva was allowed to drop deeper. Because managers should know your legs are going, drop deeper, don't be running the channels. You can influence the game with your passing range and your leadership and your reading of the game. And I think at times Henderson's had too much asked of him for a player that is where he is in his career a little bit.
The issue we're running into now, though, Daps, is last season was our first real attempt at a shake-up in how we play. For the first time on the clock, we'd played the same 4-3-3 with the same midfielders doing the same job for a number of years. Last year, we tried to get a little bit more technical with it. And as such, Jordan Henderson played a role which relied more on his technical ability and less so on his attributes, which had previously been good. When it came down to his technical ability, at times he just looked so exposed because he's just lost a yard. He still does some things that are very confusing to me. if you look, that there was a pressing stat. I can't remember when I saw it, but someone done a stat for the player who presses what position the most, and Jordan Henderson's position pressed the most is the opposition goalkeeper. Jordan Henderson presses. Yeah, because that stupid run he does
did it for
from
England.
right centre mid.
You remember in England, Cass? He used to do it for England.
That stupid run he does from right centre mid to goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Which he's never blocked it. He's never blocked it. All that happens is he gets dragged out of position and there's an open space.
So you think?
But do you think he did that? Or do you think that's managers telling him?
Exactly, Tom. You're sitting here to tell me that you think.
Yes,
it's instructions, of course, right? You know that.
Yeah,
right?
but I also think if he wasn't as slow,
and there are coaches do signs, right? Coaches from the side do signs.
Mm-hmm.
There is a word that
one's like that and that and that.
There is there is a word or something that triggers a move that they practice. This is
then
it's not out of his head.
My argument to that would be, as you said, he done it for England. He done it for England during the World Cup as well. Southgate and Klopp played two so different systems with different roles, and yet you still have to do the same thing. So at that point, are both managers saying it's an instruction, or are we saying that it's just something Jordan Henderson carries over from Liverpool to England? I'll be honest, I've watched it for years. It doesn't work. And if it's an instruction, it needs to stop. If it's Henderson, he needs to sit down and think about it. Because
can you say work again?
It's never worked.
Never worked. The real scouse in you comes out when you say that. Say book.
Oh my word!
Oh, you say book normally. My brother was like book.
I just want to do this just a quick segment quickly, not just quickly in Arsenal. Did you know Kai Havertz's whole package is 330k per week?
What?
Bonus. You know what? I'm gonna be shameless now because it happened to Man United. They done it to the Mason Mount, the 250 base going up to 300. His 210 base goes up to 330. That's it. Crazy, right? I don't know how true that is. That's crazy if that's true though, man.
Well, yeah, but that's what we do.
So that's the German newspaper.
When it's Kai Havertz.
That's the German newspaper. But I'm not sure.
To believe it though.
The thing is, though, that's what we do. This heavily incentivized thing, and it's fine. But do you know how stupid it can get? My club are the peak of stupidity when it comes to this. You know that year we missed out on the quad.
It was only last year, mate.
Yeah, well, I like to imagine it was further away. Last season was
it around the time of the 7?
Anyway, average, guys. I think the wage is 200k only.
I think
it's 200k. But if they win, I think if they win this incentives thing, it goes to 380. But the same as Haaland. Why we're doing the same as Haaland? I will go with the reported wage. If Mason Mount is 180k, but it goes out if Man United win the treble, if Man United win the league, if Man United win the Champions League, he makes 350. So be it. They won the trophies. Be it.
Do you want me to be honest, though, Mo?
What is wrong with that?
Kai Havertz isn't worth 200k a week.
Well, anyways, what's
let
it
alone
called?
330.
Let me ask you.
See. Let's give him a year.
What do you know about Szoboszlai? Because there's some Liverpool fans reckon that he's more of an attacking midfielder and can't do the 8 role because they said he ain't got the. Well, I saw yesterday in the chat that saying he doesn't have that or the required tools to do the job that Henderson does. Can't cover.
In this new system, the right centre mid doesn't need to cover because Trent isn't getting as far forwards or into as exposed a position, should we say. He's played this. He played for RB Leipzig last year in that stupid system Rangnick ran at United for the first couple of games, the 4-2-2-2. Yeah, that one. Szoboszlai played on the right of that. So it was a right 10 or a right advanced 8, which is exactly what we're playing now. He's going to go sit on the right. He's one of the best pressers in the league. He's not a superb defender, but he's a good enough defender.
Hold on. He hasn't played in the Premier League, in the Bundesliga. Okay, cool. I hope you're not doing this. I hope you're not. I thought you were trying to say he's one of the best pressers in the Premier League. I was going to say, whoa.
No. I haven't got the stats for pressing the Premier League. No, he was one of the best pressers in the Bundesliga last season, and he's what we've been crying out for. I watched Henderson in that role at the back end of last season, even when we were winning games, and you could tell it was like a fish out of water. He was stood in the wrong position because it's not his job. He just kept. It was like, what's the best way I can describe this? We have Mo Salah, in my opinion, the best player in the Premier League for the last 6 years. And we were making.
I mean, De Bruyne
probably.
De Bruyne's probably opened the door and said, "Come outside." But yeah,
it's between Salah and De Bruyne. I can hear both.
Yes, okay, I give you that, but to see that.
Kane's trying to say something, but he can't get his words out. So.
Harry Kane's not got any trophies to put down.
He's like,
he can all put down Champions League.
Or any English GCSEs either.
Do you want to know my favourite Harry Kane stats? He's only ever hit 30+ league goals twice, and he's lost out on the Golden Boot both times.
Oh, love it.
Wow.
That just sums up loser.
That's so funny, to be honest.
Just sums up loser.
He lost out to Salah in 17-18 and Haaland last season.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He can't do nothing.
I think Harry Kane. Oh yeah, the other one. Tottenham are the only team to finish above Pep Guardiola in a league season and not win the title.
Tottenham are probably the only other team.
Oh my God!
How long have Tottenham been at their stadium?
Seriously, stand-up comedy shit.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
City haven't scored a goal at their ground.
Yeah, actually, you haven't, have you?
We haven't scored a goal at their ground. Factually, like we are dog shit at Tottenham's ground, and like every year it's like, oh well, you're gonna lose to Tottenham. It's like, and what does that mean to us? Like, look at what we've done in the last 3 years. We've lost at Tottenham's ground every time. It doesn't matter.
No, not your annual Tottenham loss. However, are you gonna?
Honestly, we fully are debating when we play Tottenham. We're either gonna go to London and just book to go on their go-karts, or we're just going to fuck the whole game off and go and watch PSV play because Steve's mates with them. But we're seeing it as Tottenham is a loss. Now, we get it, 100%. Anfield is almost there, but Tottenham is just to write it off. We ain't getting nothing there.
No, at least you won at Anfield when there was no fans. You didn't even do that at the Tottenham Stadium. You lost 2-0 with no fans.
You know what? Even when Kane was... You know when Kane had said, I want to leave?
Yeah, on the Nuno.
We played them under Nuno and lost on the first day of the season. It's just annual St. Tottenham Day or whatever it's called. It is what it is.
Moving on from Liverpool, let's go on to your rivals now. Newcastle about to announce Tonali today.
Oh, that's already announced, isn't it?
No, it's not announced just yet, but they're going to officially unveil him today, apparently, or announce it on their website, wherever it's going to be. It's going to be a fresh Newcastle player, but that means they're also going to be hunting for a new centre mid, which is pretty much guaranteed. What are you saying, Tom, is what I mean Mo about for Newcastle? Because you're on their bandwagon. I'm obviously not. I don't want to see them succeed, but you do. You like the underdogs, as you call them.
Yeah, I actually like this Tonali deal for them. I hope that he can maybe improve a little bit of what he did with Milan. He was okay, good player. I don't think he is like amazing or anything. He's not a Barella or something, but he was so good.
Yeah, Barella worried me. When I had them links to Barella, I was pretty worried.
But I still think that they are missing an absolutely clear number 10. And when I mean number 10, I don't mean someone like Madison only. I mean like an Odegaard, a KDB, someone that can create chances from the midfield.
How dare you, man? Mo, you're backing this now. You just put Odegaard and KDB in the same sentence.
Yeah, they create chances, they score goals, something similar. I don't know why. We're not allowed to do that? I thought, is that banned?
No, it's just Odegaard one season.
Are we banned from this?
No, I'm just saying one season with numbers that still.
Yeah, that's one season. Numbers, I'm just going through one
and
season.
Still didn't hit De Bruyne numbers, but you're going, what examples have we got? Well, the first one's obviously Odegaard.
So come on, I only have to say De Bruyne. So no.
I'm sure there's some others out
there.
So
what about? How about I say Odegaard, Madison, Bruno Fernandes?
I mean, Bruno's numbers I'd get. And consistency for 7 years.
Sorry, backtrack. Let's remove Odegaard from what I said. Can we delete that from the show? And then let me say Madison, Bruno, and KDB. They need a number 10. That's what.
How's Madison made that list? He just got relegated with Leicester.
Did you see how many chances he creates?
Why can't he not be that listing? Why Naldum and Robbo get relegated?
No, but hold on. This guy just told me that Romeo Lavia, and he started doing poetry about Romeo Lavia, who played not for Leicester.
I'm not trying to compare Romeo Lavia to Rodri.
Oh yeah, and talk about relegated Lavia too. He's trying to get over relegated.
Long story short, Long story short, I think James Maddison is one of the best number 10s in the league.
Who?
And James Maddison, in my opinion.
Drop me out, man. Just drop me
out. What you should have done is actually dropped
name 5 players better than Maddison, in your opinion, as a number 10 in the Premier League.
Well, do you mean
Odegaard?
No one even.
Odegaard, De Bruyne,
I actually believe Maddison is a better player than Odegaard. That's
what?
I think all-round game it isn't. All-round game it definitely isn't.
No way. You can't dictate a game.
Madison's. Do you know what? Madison's
number to see what I said. I said Madison as a number 10. In my opinion, is better than Odegaard.
For me, Madison is a luxury player.
Maybe guys are. Maybe maybe I like Madison too much, but I think Madison for me is a player that is. It gives you something out of nothing most of the time in games.
Any 10s in the league anymore because no one plays with 10s.
Anyway, so long story short, again, you guys are cutting me out, not letting me finish.
It sounds rich, doesn't it?
Madison. So they missed out on Madison. Szoboszlai is one of the guys that can run behind the defenses, can play free kicks, can score goals. I think they missed someone like this. All their midfielders are dogs, and they added another dog, which is someone who fights a lot, someone who runs after the ball, gets you tackles. Joe Linton, what's the other guy? Longstaff and Bruno Guimaraes. Now it's Tonali. Okay, where is the creativity coming from that midfield?
Bruno can be creative, bro. Come on. They
don't need to, but that's another weapon they need. Like Man City have the creativity from the width and also from the center. KDB, Gundogan. When I say creative, doesn't only mean creating a chance, can mean you can score from that midfield. Like Gundogan used to pop up sometimes when the wide areas are closed. It's Gundogan pops up in the center of the in the 18, score a goal, gets you out of trouble.
Yeah, but KDB box at the right time.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. They don't have that all the time. It has to come from the forwards and the wide areas.
Bro, you see when you talk about that role right there that we just said, the hitting the box at the right time. The players that do that at elite level are very elite players. Like there's a handful that you put in there. Like you put Frank Lampard is one of the best probably in Premier League history at it. Yaya Toure was very good at it.
Yes.
Gundogan was. There's to be able to play the 8 role and do that as well is, I think that's what separates the good 8s and the elite 8s. The elite 8s know exactly when to hit the box.
So not only adding to this, some players don't crash the box, but this is why I'm going to say De Bruyne here. They find the right pocket between the midfield and the defense around the 8 team to create a shooting opportunity or play a through ball. These players are rare as well. I think Odegaard did it really well last year. That's why he scored 15 goals. He always popped in the right area around the 8 team to get to shoot or something. I think Mason Mount in one season that he did for Chelsea when he scored 11 goals.
Yeah.
Always I used to find him in the cutback. It's Mason Mount is there.
Hold on. Do you know what? See, that was the season. Correct me if I'm wrong. That he played under Frank Lampard, right?
I think so, or the season after. I can't remember exactly.
But
I think it's that season or the season after.
And this is a thing that I think, like. Maybe with Odegaard, Arteta's taught him. Pep has kind of with players like Gundogan said, and even with Sterling. Like when people talk about Sterling and people will say about Sterling with space to run into, that is the biggest myth in world football. Sterling with space to run into is bad. Sterling, when other players are running and pulling defenders out of position, Sterling knows how to find the right place. I think one of the most underrated skills in football is being able to find space, and that means watching the way other players and just reading. If everyone's making runs, because someone's cut in and they're going to cut the ball back, everyone is making forward runs into the box. If you can just drop a yard back, there's no one marking you because everyone's running that way. They can't turn to mark you in time. And I think maybe with Mount, I think you're spot on. That is what Mount can be good at. I think Mount just needs a manager to grab hold of him and use him correctly. For me,
I
really need.
So that's why, in my opinion, Newcastle now. This is why Newcastle for me they need one midfielder that actually will give you 10 to 15 goals a season. That midfielder changes your season. If you get a midfielder that give you 10, 15 goals.
Who then? Because there's not a lot of many
So
goals.
this is why I'm saying they missed out on Szoboszlai. They missed out on Madison.
But you say 15 goals, but Szoboszlai only scored 6 goals in the Bundesliga last year.
How many assists he got? So maybe he gets better in the Premier League.
He got 14 GA in the Bundesliga last season.
Yeah, that's something you need from your attacking midfielder. You know what I mean? Something double digits, that he contributes double digits. Not everybody will give you 15 goals. Odegaard got less than 10 assists, but got 15 goals. I think some midfielders will give you, like De Bruyne will give you 18 to 20 assists and maybe like 8 goals. I think that Newcastle should look for someone that is creative like this. I don't know who in the league is like this. You guys,
Madison would have been.
I am going through the list in my head, and I can't see anybody.
Do you know? I would like to know why Madison.
I know who I would buy if I was Newcastle. For that role, I know who I would buy. The place for Sporting, Pedro Gonçalves, the one who scored the absolute worldie against Arsenal. I think he is brilliant. I think when he won the title a couple of years ago, we got 23 goals from attacking midfield.
I like Gibbs White. I'll take a punt on him.
I actually think Cass has something here. Gibbs White, not a bad shot. Good player, had a good season.
Eze as well. I think that'd be a great shout for Newcastle.
Do you know what I reckon they might go for though?
Eze is more of a deeper one.
I don't even know why.
I
don't even know. I just get a weird feeling that Smith Rowe to Newcastle just seems like something that I could see happening.
Nah.
Bro, I think Arsenal are not going to sell. I'm not going to sell that guy to a direct rival for cheap.
Hold up, bro. No, not for cheap. But I see what Tom's saying, because with the people they're bringing in, like,
he's free.
With the people Arsenal are being linked with the people Arsenal are playing, and look, I know Smith Rowe has had injuries, and last season. But Arsenal fans, you were the ones that were telling me midway through the season that, you know, in the title run, Smith Rowe's going to be important. He's going to be given game time. For whatever reason, he wasn't, right? Now, I always say this with players like this. The start of the summer and your pre-season is important for these type of players. Like Calvin Phillips, for me, has to be the first player back at Manchester City in peak condition, With Smith Rowe, the issue that Smith Rowe slightly has is that with Arsenal's pre-season, Smith Rowe probably won't be there day one because he's playing for England under 21s, right? So he's going to be given time off, which means when Arsenal's season starts, Smith Rowe, I doubt, will be part of the team again because he will be late joining up with the team, right? So then when you look at it, I don't know. Maybe not now, but I think maybe January, if Smith Rowe doesn't hit the ground running, he's an ambitious player. I think a move away from Arsenal is probably a shout. With the players they're bringing in, if you're Smith Rowe, you sat there looking at this going, hold on a minute, where do I fit into this? And he could start pushing for a move away. And that would be one, because he gets goals. He gets goals.
Coming in now. Havertz is coming. Odegaard's coming. I think Smith Rowe wants to play that role. I think Smith Rowe wants to be the 10 in the team.
He was a poster boy 2 years ago for him.
If Odegaard and Havertz are there in that role ahead of him, he's third choice. He's then looking for minutes out on the left where there's Martinelli and Trossard. Minutes on the right where there's Reece Nelson and Saka. To me, it just looks like Smith Rowe is slowly getting pushed further and further away and slowly forgotten about. Unless for some reason Arsenal and Arteta are thinking about Havertz as an 8. And
I've heard that.
Rice,
I could see Havertz as an 8. I could see
maybe Smith Rowe gets more game time, but still, I thought when I watched him in 21-22, the season before last, he was brilliant for like 3-4 months. Them late runs into the box, he was smashing them. That's why I'm sitting there going, maybe that's an ambition. Maybe that's what Newcastle are looking for. Someone who can do that, and maybe Arsenal would let him go for the right price, a good price, obviously like 40, 50 million.
Look, if Arsenal let him go, they let him go because they don't think he's good enough. This is like, let me be very clear. This is the same with Lavia. It was hard for us because look, City fans, we all saw Lavia come through our academy and look good. The fact that Pep let him go is like, maybe he's not good enough. Same with McAtee. We all thought McAtee could be the next guy. The fact that he kind of didn't keep him last season. If a club doesn't keep a player, it's because they don't think they're good enough. So I don't know. I think Smith Rowe. I get what you're saying on that, Tom. You know. I do.
So, guys, there is over 600 of you here. Can we get to like 300 likes at least. It looks like this. It's free underneath your live chat. Just get us to 300 likes. Hit that like.
Also, can I just plug something real quick?
Skip to. Can I do this, guys? Skip to.
Absolutely.
Oh my low.
No. Skip to my loo. Skip to my loo.
Okay. Skip to my.
Skip to my loo. Skip to my loo. Skip to my loo. Skip to my loo.
Why do people choose names like this for YouTube?
Why are you called Judge Mo? Why are you called Judge Mo?
Why do people like this name called Judge Mo?
Yeah, you're right.
Where does the judge part come from?
He's judging you every second, mate.
I'm judging everybody, and I'm judging what you say.
Very judgmental.
He also used to have a ponytail, and judges have ponytails.
Do you know I used to have a ponytail for real when I was younger?
Oh, I used to think you had one.
Okay, so guys, Man United, Onana, eminent. I think it's happening. Same as Mason Mount. That at the end they're gonna get it done. What are we saying about Onana?
I think it's an absolute disgrace. David De Gea is a club legend. He's a club legend, and they've shunned him out the door like nothing. Did you not see that wonderful 2-hour fail come today on Twitter? That was beautiful to see. And United don't want to keep that around. Look,
your club would never. They will keep De Gea for the next 5 seasons.
Yeah, new contract. Support. You never walk alone and all that. No, but Onana's a really good signing. To be honest, when it was between Diogo Costa and Onana, and there was a lot of United fans backing Diogo Costa, he might be a good... I've not watched as much of him, but every single time he's come up against Liverpool, and every time I watched him in the World Cup, he was awful. He has no command of his box. And going up, imagine him in the Premier League up against physical centre-backs in tight boxes for corners. He just get bullied. Onana has a presence. Onana can kick the ball. Onana can create. Onana is an actual good goalkeeper, which has been United's downfall for the past couple of years. The fact that David De Gea gives the ball away 20 times a game.
Yeah, that cup final was just I think
it's a reflection of what happens through the season.
Yeah,
guys.
it was, isn't it? It was just literally if you just wrap up the season and put it in the way. And let's be real. Yes, City got the early goal, but after that, United really, really played themselves back into that game. And across the rest of the pitch, I mean, I think 1 or 2 players, maybe Rashford was a bit off the boil and didn't look up for it. But United played themselves back into that game. But it wasn't with the help of De Gea, because every time he had the ball, he just gave it back to us or kicked it out. It was one of the two. It was like either way, you're inviting pressure back onto us. So I think that would have been the telling point.
Can I ask something about Onana? And it's a genuine question. Is he at the moment, based on rumors and everything, the signing that will make the biggest difference in any club?
You want that on your club, innit? You want to say our player came in.
Because I want my club because they're bottlers. Our club is like a feeder club now. We're in the mud. We are absolutely shit, right? Anyway, I'm actually
like an Italian grandma feeding the world.
No, I'm actually being serious. And at the moment, is that something like Van Dijk for Liverpool, Onana for Man United,
Alisson for Liverpool as well?
Alisson for Liverpool. Yeah. Is that something that will change things at Man United?
Edison for City as well, to be fair.
Actually, remember Claudio Bravo to Edison, boom, change the way you played completely.
Look, I always said that in football, I believe that you can only truly be as good as the confidence you have in the players behind you, right? So if you're a defender, you have to have the confidence in your goalkeeper. If you're a midfielder, you have to have the confidence in your defenders and your goalkeeper. If you are forwards, you have to have the confidence in your midfield, your defense, and your goalkeeper for you to be able to play exactly how you want. And the one thing that is in every element of that is the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper is there. Everything has to be built on the goalkeeper. And I think ultimately, if you look at Liverpool and you look at City, the two teams that in the last 6-7 years have been by far the two most successful teams in English football, both of them changed when they went and got elite goalkeepers that were comfortable playing out from the back. And I think the same with, Ten Hag found that this season, that
it gives you so much more license.
Yeah.
I don't think Ten Hag wants to play the way he's playing. When you look at how United were set up last season, I thought they were very deep. I don't think Ten Hag wants to be that deep. But De Gea's inability to do anything with the football beyond 5 yards meant that United had to sit deep so they could actually build up. And I think if you get Onana in, you get more range.
I actually think he moves. So I spoke about this yesterday on the Hassam. I didn't get a chance here because nobody allowed me to talk yesterday about.
Is this your new agenda? Mo, is this your new agenda?
No.
If you hadn't made the overlay, I'd remove all three of us right now. But if I did that, it would look crazy.
No, seriously.
Everyone, smash a like if you feel sorry for Mo. We'll get no likes. We'll get none.
No, I think with Mason Mount and Bruno, because now they are what they have now. Okay, I'm talking about now. If you push that defensive line with Lisandro and Varane about 10 to 15 yards higher because Onana's there and the fullbacks are higher on the pitch, now you're allowing them to receive the ball higher on the pitch. I think that works with someone like Onana there because you don't have to create the angle for De Gea now to receive the pass. You just stand still where you are and you get the ball where you are standing where the coach wants you to stand. And I think that we'll get a lot of it's going to make a big difference for Man United and where they stand on the pitch, like how Liverpool did when they got Van Dijk and Alisson. Right away, boom, up.
But the other thing with that, Mo, is the other thing there with what you've just said there is confidence in the player, right? Because what you just said there, if you play the ball into a position for a player to run onto, that's one thing. Because you do realise the minute you play out from the back, people will go and try and mark the players that you move the ball to. So it also has to have confidence. And that was the other thing at City, that we talk on Ederson, but the other fact is we had, I think, Zabaleta, Sagna, Clichy and Kolarov, who also didn't really work with playing out from the back either. And Walker was pivotal to that Walker really holds his width. You'll see him. He stands on the byline. Like he stands on the line, waiting for the ball there. And it's confidence in every element of the triangle working up the pitch. So it's a massive, massive change. It's one of the things that I actually rated at Arsenal when Arteta first went there, because it took City a while to get used to playing out from the back. Whereas in the opening month of Arteta arriving at Arsenal actually started playing out from the back really, really well. But then moving forward, they weren't quite good enough. So they stopped doing it for a period. But I think Tom's spot on. That last season, we didn't see the way Ten Hag truly wants to play because he knew he didn't have the resources for it. And he knew, I can't try and... So I do have to revert back to what everyone was saying, ultimately, Ollie-type football, because that's the resources they've got. You can't... Like, when they wanted De Jong, but then after a couple of games and losing games, I think when they got us offered Casemiro, it's like, where we are right now is Casemiro. We need Casemiro. In 2 years' time, I have no doubt they won't need someone like Casemiro no more. They'll need someone like.
We're gonna have the Qatari Kraken come and oppose their will on the league.
Hi, Cass, you still here?
I really just don't understand why United are not chasing an actual forward.
Do you know what just happened there, Mo? So you said no one lets you speak. At last, I just went segue Cass in, and you jumped all over him.
Wow, Mo. Sorry. There you go.
You've changed, Mo.
You'd love to say that's to say, isn't it? Nah, I don't know. Man United with Onana changed everything. No more De Gea PTSD. I got a feeling Onana won't come in all steady Eddie though. I think it's still gonna take a bit of time, new surroundings and everything. It's always the same way with goalkeepers. They never really hit the ground running.
So give De Gea a new contract for the little period.
Nah. Well, I know what you're saying, but he was suspended for 6 months, and we got him, and he sat on the bench for like 8 games.
For drugs, was that?
Yes, and then he just started playing games, and he looked like
he got a drug ban.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't even actually. I bring him to OT, man. We always got a case. Like we always got a case.
Could never be my club. Cases? We don't do cases. Are you mad?
Why do you think we signed him for free? He didn't renew the contract. Axe didn't give him a new contract, and we just got him for free. He's
a cheat.
That's disgraceful.
He was doping, and he said I was taking my wife's medicine.
Listen, you've got a Liverpool fan that all have inhalers, and a City fan with 115 charges saying cheating is wrong.
It's disgraceful, isn't it? I mean, I thought United were a proud club, and they want to go and spend £50 million on a known cheater.
Could never be Arsenal.
No.
Yeah, it can never be Arsenal. But again, before Mo gasses any of you Man United fans up, just don't think we're gonna win the league with Onana. Like he's not like we would if we had other elements. But
na. It's the way that we win when we're doing our thing.
No, I don't say because he does drugs bring it to OT. I mean, Man United's always got a character that has some sort of mad thing on them, like Cantona kicking someone or.
He's a bozo though. He's a bozo.
Or Giggs.
Do you know that, right? He got kicked out of the Cameroon.
Wayne Rooney, man, and all that stuff. There's always some sort of element. Rio Ferdinand,
Mason Greenwood and stuff.
Rio Ferdinand going on a drug ban at some point as well. Like, there's always something with Man United. These stars, it's always the case. Some sort of character always ends up at Man United with some
character. At your club, they're called characters. At my club, they're called cheats.
They are cheats. But other than that, with Man United, don't let Mo gas you that thinking Mason Mount and Onana and a striker is going to make us win the league or be even in contention.
No, he thinks Mason Mount.
Can we?
He thinks Mason Mount and
Onana. When I say
he's the interdirector of football, he's just trying to sell him.
Title contender doesn't mean you're going to win it, but I see you're not far from the top by 25 points or something.
Yeah, but those three players, you know what it is?
Jesus, 20 points off now.
If you get those three players,
out of 5 years.
I think Man United will get an extra 2 players this summer. I think it will happen in the end, but it will happen right at the very end. And I don't know what sort of player it's going to be. But the thing is, it will look all good on the table and everything up till about January. Then that part hits. Then everything, we'll see Man United just do that little crumble a little bit more. That's where you need to know, as a United fan, if we don't get Qataris in time, January has to be the extra injection. If Man United got a striker, let's say they did get a competent enough striker in January and wasn't on Veghorst, we would have easily scored he would have got 10 goals. A competent would have got 10 goals minimum, and who knows?
Veghorst, guys, just think about that, guys.
The league, but we would have got at least another 9 points. But that's all I'm trying to go across. It's January. Can you do that part in January? That's where Arsenal flopped. In January, they got Jorginho. They were going to go try to get Caicedo.
Let me just hope that Man United don't get Onana, so I can see the meltdown.
Arsenal's January business. I thought Jorginho and Kyrgios were good
and Trossard.
But Arteta didn't use them right. It's not on the play. It's on our because when it's going back to what we said earlier. When Saliba got injured, Arsenal fell apart. I don't think it was just Saliba getting injured. I think it was using Rob Holding afterwards.
Yes,
because when Kyrgios came in, Arsenal actually looked really good.
And maybe not
to the same level.
Jorginho right as well, to be fair.
Yeah, like they waited for ages to use Jorginho, and then Thomas Partey fell off a cliff at the end of the season and just still stick.
Also, I think the Martinelli Trossard thing became, because for a period Martinelli became its own narrative. It was working right, but then that went weird. I actually think you're right. I said this at the time that when people tried to slate their transfer window, I said, look, the January transfer window is a hard window, right? They got Trossard at a good price. I would have took Trossard at City at that time. I would have took Trossard at City all day long, right? They got Jorginho. Now they got Jorginho ultimately because
they couldn't get the deal
over the line for Caicedo.
Do you reckon? Wait, quick one, Daps.
But they still showed intent.
If they got Caicedo in January, do you reckon they went for Rice in this window?
Well, I can tell you that at the end of the transfer window when we see how much they spend. But I said this in the last 10 games of the season when people saying, oh, but Arsenal will drop off after this season. I said, you are mad. Arsenal didn't spend money for a period when they're paying off the ground. For the last couple of years, Arsenal have spent big money, but they haven't had Champions League football. So the quality of the names you've seen have matched Arteta and what Arteta needs, which is players that listen to him. Now he can shop in a different supermarket because now he can shop for them elite players that also listen. Because there's levels. There's players that aren't seen as elite, younger, but will listen. Then there's elite players, but don't really listen. And then there's the elite players that listen. Arsenal now are at that point where they can go for the elite. So I always knew they were going to spend big.
But if they don't
elite, would you call Havertz and Timber elite?
No,
elite?
I wouldn't. No,
I like Timber.
I'm not saying that, but I would say
elite.
Hold on. But I would say that, and this is my opinion, only my opinion, but you've heard it multiple times. I felt Gundogan was perfect for them with the experience and what they need, right? Apart from that, when I'm looking at that, I can't see many. I said, however, Declan Rice, yes, it's not proven. He hasn't got the experience, but there is something about Declan Rice that I believe could go on and be something very special. So I think Declan Rice, it sounds mad because I'm not.
He's an elite signing, Daps? Hold on. Say an elite signing?
Right. Me saying it right now, I'm not saying Declan Rice is a world-class player, is like a GOAT or anything like that. But yes, me personally, I see something in Declan Rice that could become very special, right? I see that Declan Rice could be, let's say it this way, an elite signing for Arsenal. I think that is, and also not the other thing, there is the fact that this shows intent, and that is something. Like all these little things, they mean something. Like belief, it means something. If players believe, they see. Bro, we said this last night. What must win the league is probably.
You have to.
I'm not. No, bro. For me, must win the league is something that I would say should go to Manchester City. That's where we are right now. No other club can give.
You know what is that?
Never compare you must win the league.
Because you know what is when the club take over 2015, right, and won the league in 1920. Is that right? Am I right? Am I wrong?
Klopp had 4 full seasons. It's 4 full seasons when he won the league.
So this is Arteta's 4th season, right? Full season coming off 3.5, right? He's spent in excess of now coming up to 600 odd million pounds, right?
Yeah.
Arsenal fans, right? You need to ask yourselves: do you want to be that? But we don't know. Like, is it a failure? Is it not? Kind of thing. Are you a big club? Or are you a serial bottle job?
League Gunner is high-fiving you right now, saying, thank you. Put that pressure on Arteta. Put that pressure on him right now.
As a big club, you have to put the expectation now on the manager and also what you're going to spend, because I think you're going to go get another midfielder. Look, you can keep building and building, say this is phase 4, 5, 6, number 15. This is full season. If it's my club, if Eric Ten Hag's had 4 whole seasons at my club and spent that much money as well, mate, I would have been on his neck. As Mo would say, pause. Last season, in the third one, he has to win the league this season. If not, it's ultimate failure for Arsenal as a club.
Sorry.
You have to.
City have won the last 3 seasons, yeah? And you're saying that in his 4th season, that is mad pressure. I'm not going to lie. Must win the league. Or must...
The thing is, though, that you've got to compare him to his competition.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
He's going up against...
That's what Mo likes when someone...
He's going up against Klopp and Guardiola. Guardiola, at the end of his 4th full season, had 3 Premier Leagues, 3 FA Cups, 4 Carabao Cups.
Yeah, but they weren't Pep's first 4 seasons. Pep had seasons elsewhere.
Okay.
But no, is
also,
you know, it's for me.
Also, in their fit, but Mikel Arteta has had the backing of £600 million, and a lot of support, a lot of trust placed in him to build this squad. He realistically, most of the managers would not have got the luxury that Mikel Arteta has had at Arsenal with some of the runs of form that he went on. So there has to be an...
Tom, can I ask you something? If we have Jurgen Klopp, Pep Guardiola, Mikel Arteta, all of them have multiple seasons at their club, and all of them have the backing, who would you back to win the league? Who would you have more pressure on to win the league?
Out of who? Mikel Arteta?
Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, both of them are backed. Okay, who would you say have more pressure to win the league the most?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, Klopp. There is one right answer here.
Probably Klopp, and then Pep.
It's Pep Guardiola. Are you serious?
No, because Pep.
Daps, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
It's definitely
Pep's won it loads already.
Yeah, what I mean,
take that away. But I think what he's saying is, because I get what you're doing here, because one of the narratives is that Klopp hasn't been as successful as Pep because he hasn't had the backing, right? So I get what Mo's asking. Arteta actually has, but Arteta shouldn't be in a conversation with Pep and Klopp yet, to be frank with you. But
so if Pep is backed, I'm gonna say, Arteta, you have to win the league.
That's the thing. Like Pep, like I always said this.
I'm not saying. By the way, I'm not saying
Pep has earned the right to be backed. There's one thing in any job, right? When you go for an interview, if you are elite and believe you're elite in a job, when you go to the interview, they'll ask you questions, then you ask them questions, and the first question Pep must be asking is, do you trust me and are you going to back me, right? Because if not, then I have earned the right for the trust. I have earned the right for the backing. Same way that if you trust and back me, 100%, if I don't deliver, questions must be asked. Whereas with Klopp, I think Klopp's not the same level as Pep. Let's be very clear. He's not. And so there should never be as much pressure on Klopp as there is Pep, because the levels are different. However much people want to twist narratives, and yes, maybe it's because we haven't got to witness Klopp with money, but we haven't got to witness Klopp with money. Therefore, the pressure it's not there. It's not there.
I'm just saying, look, you can be defensive Arsenal fans all you want, yeah, but you call your manager Super Mick Arteta. He's in your full season. Stop doing this narrative at Man United. There's a reason why Oli got sacked in 3rd season or 2nd, whatever it was. Jose Mourinho, You've had chop and change. Man United's been an ultimate shit show. Your club is meant to be run right now. Your club is meant to be spending, which he is. You know, you have to see where you are. You have to put the pressure on that because otherwise, we always talk about City, the benchmark now, yeah? Do you want to be City or do you want to be bridesmaid? And for how long do you want to be bridesmaid? Because
Tom, what's it like being bridesmaid?
Exactly. Which one do you want to be?
But the difference is we were bridesmaids that won stuff. We still won a Champions League in that time. We won a domestic double. Our Arsenal right now.
Whoa. You chose domestic double over a league.
It's not something, no. An FA Cup,
it's something.
An FA Cup
I'm
is
taking what I can
enough.
get.
The FA Cup is not good enough for Arsenal.
When I look at Arsenal now, I look at it and I go, you've had 4 years, you're breaking the British transfer record, which is a big thing for Arsenal. You're spending 200 million this window. You spent however much last window in the year before. Arteta's getting close to, if not already hit 600 million spent. I'm not expecting you to win the league because Pep Guardiola's here. I can't expect that. But I can expect you to be the second best team in the league and win a trophy. Because, I'm sorry, if by 4 seasons and 600 million, all you have to show for it is an FA Cup, which you won in your first half season, in your 4 full seasons, you've got nothing to show for it. Then questions have to be asked.
You know what it is for me. It's not that I don't want Arteta sacked off. I don't care if he gets sacked or not gets sacked. I believe my man should go do the bits after the 3rd season. I will be judging Ten Hag more this season and even more the 3rd season, by the way. Even more when he gets his signings once Qatar come in, etc., right? So I'm like saying, you can be in a place, Arsenal fans, look, but we know where we come from, right? You can. But guess what? We always talk about Newcastle saying that their expectations need to change. Yeah, because they're in this top 6 bracket. Why can your expectations not also change? Look, you can beat Arsenal and be like, but we finished above Tottenham. You can be in that bracket. Or do you want to be Arsenal that want to go and dominate and put some pressure on the manager? You have to. You have to deliver, man.
Well, Arsenal actually, the one thing I'm saying, Arsenal
this is not a process no more, Daps.
Look, Arsenal are back. Look, right, I'll be real with you. Arsenal there was a period in the Premier League history, where I've mocked it before and said their most successful era, they won 3 Premier Leagues. We've won 7, right? But there was a period where Arsenal and Man United were going at it. Yeah, they are, for me, 2nd or 3rd biggest club in English football, right? They're a juggernaut. They're based in London, which they're the biggest club in London. Anyone that says otherwise, I disagree with you as well. But they had their period of drop-off because they run the club correctly while they're moving grounds, yeah? And we get it. We get it 100%. Salute to you. You did it all correct and all that bollocks, right? But now you are back. There's no other... You don't have to buy another ground now. You don't have to do none of that. And we are seeing early signs right now that is what Arsenal are doing. They're filling the ground. Everything's rosy. They're not even releasing kits like that's a big deal anymore because they're actually back, right? But here's the thing. This time, they probably, they should want to take it to a next level. So if I'm looking at Arsenal, I do think Arsenal will be there or thereabouts every single season now. Like, they'll have drop-offs, but I think Arsenal are back. But Arsenal can't just want to win a Premier League. Arsenal, this time, must want to stamp their authority on European football because they never did that, right? They never did that. They need to stamp their authority on that. One semi-final in 19 years back-to-back is not good enough, right? So they need to stamp their authority on everything. But I believe they're making the right moves to do that. I think they're buying young squad players.
I want them to win the league.
Don't get squad overnight.
I'd rather them win the league.
A squad to go on in all competitions doesn't take 1 transfer window, 2 transfer window, 3 transfer windows. You have to get it to a point where you only need 2 or 3 players every summer. And that's where I think Arsenal are going. So I think Arsenal are doing the right thing. The only thing is, this isn't like back then because now there's a lot more powerhouses. Back then, it was like United and then who? That was pretty much it. United and who? Whereas now, it's like there's City, there's United, there's Liverpool, Newcastle get in the mix, Arsenal in the mix, Tottenham pretend to be in the mix, Chelsea are in the mix, and we'll be back in the mix.
There's not as much room for errors. If you were to get a transfer window wrong back then, you were all right because there was still a gap. People can close much. Now, I mean, we got it wrong last summer and we dropped 4 different places. We dropped like 3 or 4 places and we're completely out of it. If you get a window wrong and you sell yourself short, you can set yourself back years because of how quickly football has changed. This is why, yes, Arsenal are doing it right, in a sense that come 2-3 years, they may well have a squad that is ready to challenge on each and every front at such a high level. But you need to satiate these players with something in the meantime. Certain players are going to need something. They need a trophy in the meantime before you get to your complete state to keep them on board, to keep them fully back in the project, because they're getting a new wage bill. You know, Saka's on however much now. Saliba's getting a new contract. Martinelli's due for one. You know, Odegaard, I'm sure he'll get one. You're bringing in Havertz on big money. Rice will 100% be on big money. You're playing these players big money. Everything is moving like you're going to challenge the top honours. But you need to start showing that you can do and that you are.
Arsenal are not successful.
I cannot see next season that this narrative that they ran last season, which I hate, the narrative of, the Carabao Cup doesn't matter, so let's bin it off. The FA Cup doesn't matter, let's get rid of it. We'll focus on this. Big clubs don't have that mentality.
No,
that isn't. You need trophies.
I agree, but you have to. I don't. When I say win it, you got it. Like if you lose it at the end of the season to Manchester, fair play, bro. You got it to the end of the season, and you went all the way. You went all the way. Now you can give. If you do again, where you're looking like 5 games off. If you're 5 games off of not winning the league, and then let's say Man City or whoever go and win the league by 5 games to go, that's a stat. If that's me and my manager, it's time to go, bro. 4 seasons, time to go, bro. You've had your build, you've had your money. It's not good. You're always going to be second. And the thing is, it's not like Klopp, because Klopp actually went to win the Champions League. Klopp actually, remember where Liverpool were in 2015? That was a major rebuild. Why is it not the same? Why can we not hold it to the same standard?
Also, yes, to the comments, yes, I know you lost to Man City in the FA Cup, so that weren't binning it off. What I'm saying is the narrative afterwards, the fans going, well, that's all right. We're happy. We're happy about the FA Cup because we can focus on something else.
No, they did kind of bin it off. They rotated. They had, after that game, and this is exactly what I was saying at that time, that they had, I think they had 7 days and we had 8 days till our next game after that. And they rotated heavily. And there was no need to rotate. So I'm not saying, look, going to the Etihad and winning is easy, but you didn't play your first 11 in that team. So it was a bit like we're not that bothered about it. So
their rebuild's complete now. That's the rebuild is pretty much near enough complete. And I do believe Arsenal will spend in January if they need to.
And they finish this window. I'm intrigued. Look, some of the names I'm seeing recently linked with Arsenal, I'm intrigued because who knows? Look, I can come on here and go, I'm seeing them linked with Mbappe. That's an absolute joke. Is it?
Yeah, it's a joke.
That's a joke.
Okay.
I actually, from outside looking at the league, I actually think that I don't read the cups because in England, because they are like.
Oh, I love the way you said in England.
Because they are played and they are won on very small details. And also about changing the lineups, playing second fiddle teams in the cups, and Wigan won the cup before and here.
What did you win this season, Mo? What did you win this season, Mo?
We won the Super Cup and the Cup, and I wanted the manager sacked. So that's the difference between me. Exactly. I said if you come third in the league with the squad that we have in comparison with our competitors, and you're not challenging Napoli, you should be sacked. I judge managers of the league. However, I think reaching a Champions League semi-final consistently and being probably around the top at the end of the season is good enough for Arsenal, right? But if you are like coming 4th and 5th and getting knocked out of the group stage and winning the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup, I think that's just an excuse for the fans to say, yeah, we're doing good enough. I don't think that's a progress. Now, Tottenham can say that. Arsenal Football Club shouldn't say that. They won 13 league. They won 13 league titles. They reached Champions League semi-finals before and finals, right? So winning the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup in your 5th season and not challenging for the league or reaching a Champions League semi-final after spending 200 million in the summer after being second to Man City in the league isn't good enough. So in my opinion, Arsenal should challenge for the league and at least get to a quarterfinal. Yeah, if they get knocked out to Real Madrid or Man City, yeah, I will say yes, okay. But if you get knocked out to Porto or Benfica or Sporting Lisbon or RB Leipzig, after spending that much money and after your manager's 5 year, I'm sorry, he's not good enough. That's my point about this. I think, Tom, you saying about the cups and stuff, they aren't good enough. For clubs like Liverpool, Man United, Man City now, winning the FA Cup in a season and not challenging isn't good enough, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be your ultimate goal. The word trophy here should mean Champions League or the league. because anybody can win the cup.
Enough, but it's also not irrelevant. Like I would be disappointed.
Oh, you're not playing the FA Cup.
I would be disappointed if at the end of the season we only had an FA Cup because I have higher aspirations.
Yes,
but I'm also not going to knock the FA Cup because it is still a good achievement. I'm a big fan of cup competitions because I think they are more traditional to what football is because crazy stuff happens. Teams that you don't expect to do anything can do anything because it's the magic of the cup, which is why I'm a big fan of them. The league will show you who the best team is.
Yes.
League title will show you who the best team is. That because you have to be consistent over 38 games. I like the cups because of the carnage and the uncertainty and the magic that it can produce. Which is why I don't like
things you won.
Yeah.
I think you're saying that because you came second and you reached 3 Champions League finals and won 1. I think I see your point. You're Liverpool Football Club. You like the cup games. You like the
trophy.
Cup,
a trophy is a trophy at the end of the day.
I get what you're saying, but big clubs should aim for the Premier League and the Champions League, not the FA Cup and the Cup.
They should aim for the big ones, but they also shouldn't disregard the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. That's my big thing.
Anyway,
I don't like this narrative.
You played Keller in the cup. That shows me that your club isn't actually serious about the cup. But anyway,
Man City play their backup keeper every single fucking year, but they win it. Is that them disrespecting the cup even though they speak on it?
You tell him, Tom.
Like if we played Kelleher, if we played Adrian or something, I'd understand because Adrian's awful. But Kelleher is an international goalkeeper. It's not like we were playing a bum, and we still play the strong 11 beyond that.
But
it's normal to do that.
You're playing your second anyway. Okay, opinions. Anyway, guys, make sure to like it. Over 600 of you. Subscribe. Get us to 11K today. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, just subscribe. Turn the notification bell on. We really appreciate you. Get me at least to 400 likes.
Do you know what? Actually,
40 away from 400 likes.
Yeah, we need 400 likes. So people, as it ends, please smash that like button. But more importantly, this time last week we hit 10K. We are now on 91,000 I wish. 10,992 subscribers now. So we've just got another one. It would be great if you get us up and over that 11K mark so that we can say in a week we've done 1,000 new subscribers. So people, please hit that subscribe button. We do 2 shows a day, bringing you up to speed with all the latest transfers. 1 round midday. Let's see, we've got 3 more, 10,995. Keep going. By the time I finish waffling, I want to see it on 11K. 3 to go. Keep going. We do 2 shows a day. So this is our first. Our second will be tonight, 10 p.m., right?
10 p.m. most likely.
Myself, Cass and Mo, 1 more to go. And we do our evening debates, and you know what, on a Friday and Saturday night, who knows what we're going to talk about.
One more sub and win.
Deji, Kendall, and maybe another certain Arsenal fan might be on.
Who? Right, listen, you want to subscribe now and turn those notifications, but there we go, 11,000. Maybe. Thanks for joining us, people.
Thank you for joining us on Never a Foul, and we'll see you at 10 UK time, guys. And you're going to enjoy that one. It's going to be a lot of talk. We're out of here.
Salute.